Shut up and sit down.
Hey sports fans, welcome back to another edition of the Gmoney Show. What's up with sports? Brought to you by The Source. I'm your boy Gmoney. So before we get this show on the road, I just want to remind everybody that the Gmoney team came out on top, victorious in the GBC annual volleyball tournament. 7-0, undefeated. That means perfect team, folks. Perfect team. I'm not my word. I said we were going to win it all. Special shout out to the team, of course. Arturo, Jerry, Omar, Victor, Christian, Atia. Couldn't have done without you guys. You guys are awesome. And shout out to the fans that came out to support. You know who you are. Fantastic. Thanks again. And of course, Johnny V. Thanks for setting it up and all your running around. Much appreciated. And to the athletics department for hosting us and getting all that set up, and the refs too, Joe and Dre and Hugh. Thanks for coming out and spending your time with us. It's much appreciated. But anyways, we're the champs. Nice try to all the teams that came out. Some good competition out there. All right, moving right along to the show, folks. We're going to start off with Husky Sports. So a couple weeks ago, or last week, first week back, women's basketball. The Huskies took it 81-77 for the women's and 92-84 for the men. We played Centennial. On Jan 11th, women's volleyball played Fleming, and the women came out victorious 3-0. Unfortunately, or 3-0, I should say. Unfortunately, the men didn't fare as well, losing 3-1 also to Fleming. But nice try, men, and congratulations to the other teams. Okay, to the hardcore, folks. Last 7 games, Raptors are 4-3. I don't know what's going on, but they're falling apart in the fourth quarter, breaking down. Last night they were able to hold on, beating the OKC Thunder 130 to 121. But lately they've been breaking down the fourth quarter. Tomorrow night they play the Wizards. 7 p.m. start tomorrow night. And if you notice, DeRozan, he came by. We hosted DeRozan with the Spurs. Couldn't beat him, but it was good. Our hometown crowd gave him respect. Another welcoming visit for DeRozan. Good for them. Good for the Spurs. Anyways, go Raps, go. We'll talk about that more in the later part of the segment when I answer some of your questions you emailed in. Okay, to the rink. The Leafs, last 4 games are 1-2-1. And tonight they play or host the Flames 7 p.m. start. They beat the Devils on Tuesday, 7-4. And so they got a couple more games, home games before the NHL All-Star game. So hopefully we can come on with a couple of wins. So some of the questions you emailed in. Here we go. Let's start off with the Leafs since we've been talking about them. So what's going on with the Leafs? With Riley out, do they still have a chance? Well, it's hard to replace a defenseman like Morgan Riley. He's our backbone back there. Defense, as the defense goes, he logs the most minutes, and he's a horse. He's a horse back there, and he can get the offense going as well as the defense. And so the good news is, Rasmus Sandin, he held his own. He came up from the Marlies to replace Morgan, and he held his own. He did okay. So we got the depth back there. Do they still have a chance? Of course they do. They just gotta, keep on with the punches. Freddie, he's got to get back on the horse there. I'm sure he will. And hopefully after the break they can turn it up. Okay. Question number 2: are the Raptors going to repeat? Well, that's a tough one, folks. I mean, a lot of injuries this year, so they got to come over that, and it's hard. It's hard. Nowadays it's hard to repeat. I know the Golden State Warriors have done it. But anything can happen. As long as they make the playoffs, that'll be good. Again, I'm a big fan of Nick Nurse. He isolates the opponent's best players by really taking away their game. And so I think Nick Nurse can do it. So go Raps, go. It's going to be tough for them to repeat, but anything can happen. Okay. Last question. Is Matthews going to beat Rick Vai's 50 goals as a Leaf record and for the season? I think so. Right now he's on pace. I think they're saying 56 goals if he keeps it up. So hopefully he can. I mean, not taking anything away from Rick Vai, but obviously Austin Matthews is a dynamic player. He's got a great shot. He can skate, play make. He's got it all. He's going to be going to the All-Star game with Mitch Marner and Freddie Anderson. So I think he'll do it. Yeah. And that's it for me, folks. I'm your boy Gmoney. Keep your questions coming, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
and sit down.